Earth is crowded. From the crushing depths of ocean reefs to sun-baked deserts and impenetrable rainforests, millions of organisms interact every single second. If we tried to study this volume of life by looking at every creature in isolation, we would be left with a massive, unorganized collection of data. The taxonomic hierarchy serves as the framework for sorting this biological chaos into structured relationships. We start at the top with the broadest kingdoms and filter down through narrower categories, phylum, class, order, until we reach the level of biological family. At the very bottom is the species, identifying a specific organism. But between the broad family and the specific species lies a critical, unifying step. To map the living world accurately, we group biological cousins together. This intermediate rank is the genus, a category reserved for an aggregate of closely related species. To see how scientists determine which species share a genus, we look at the animal kingdom. A lion stalking the savanna, a tiger navigating a dense jungle, and a leopard climbing a tree are distinct species. They live in different habitats and hunt with different behaviors. However, their underlying architecture is nearly identical. Stripping away fur, we find matching skeletal pivot points, muscular shoulders, and retractable claws. Zooming in on the skulls reveals identical configurations for sharp canine teeth and powerful jaw hinges, built for heavy impact hunting and night vision. Because they share these extensive, specific physical traits, taxonomists group all three predators together into a single genus, Panthera. Contrast this with the standard domestic cat or its smaller wild relatives. These smaller animals have significantly smaller body masses and a distinct vocal system that completely prevents them from roaring. These anatomical differences require them to be placed in a separate genus, Felis. Biological classification depends on a measurable degree of shared foundational structure rather than vague similarities. This standard of structural similarity applies across all forms of life, including the plant kingdom. Take the common potato and the brinjal, or eggplant. One is a starchy tuber growing underground, the other is a fleshy fruit hanging from a stem. Their edible parts and functions are entirely different. But look at this cross-section of their flowers. Despite the differences in their crops, both plants share matching arrangements in their stamen, pistil, and petal structures. These identical reproductive features place them both firmly in the shared genus Solanum. To keep these biological relationships standardized across every language and laboratory, scientists use the system of binomial nomenclature. The rules are specific. Scientific names contain two italicized parts. The first word is the capitalized genus. The second is the lowercase species epithet. This naming convention ensures that the first word of any scientific name identifies the organism's evolutionary group at a glance. A genus represents a physical record of biological history. This evolutionary tree diagram shows why. Species that share a genus, like the lion and the tiger, evolved from a highly recent common ancestor. Tracing these close origins allows modern scientists to predict similar genetic traits, shared disease vulnerabilities, and medicinal properties in fields like agriculture and biotechnology. This highlights the distinction between the two lowest taxonomic ranks. A species identifies a group of highly similar individuals, while the genus identifies a collection of those similar species. For academic exams, you can use this mnemonic. Species are close relatives, and genus is their common family group. This remarkable system of biological classification reveals the specific, fundamental connections that truly define our entire living world. By identifying an organism's genus, we do more than label it. We identify its place in the ongoing story of life.